it's Joe. Welcome back to the Cat Scrappiness YouTube channel. Today's project, I'll be sharing a card using the newly released Slimline dies. But first, here is the U-Rock with Shadow die. I'm mainly using the sentiment there. And then this is the newly released double-stitched Slimline dies. And here you can see it comes with several dies there. And then here are the dies cut on white cardstock, and you can see that there is double stitching on the inner and outer portion of the cut lines, and then I just nested them together, and then they created these nesting frames. And then here you can see the detailed stitching that it makes when you just use one die. So the next die, it is the Cityscape Slimline dies. This set comes with two dies. It comes with the city scene right there with all the detailed windows, and then also it comes with a solid piece that you can use alone, or I show you here, you can also use it as a shadow. So here it is cut in white cardstock, and then the shadow I cut in black cardstock, and like I said, you could layer it and then just off center the backing, and then it gives this nice shadow effect. So also I'll be using the Old Glory sprinkles, and this is also part of the release. And then you can see it's a bunch of flags. So let's get started on the card. So my card base is 3.5 by 8.5, and I'm using my homemade cloud stencil there. I'm using Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just focusing on mainly the center portion of the card base. I'm not really paying too much attention to the edges because it will be covered by the frames that I cut. So yeah, I'm just alternating my little cloud stencil from the largest cloud shape to the medium to the small, and I'm not going all the way down. As you can see, I'm just trying to cover most of the skyline with some clouds. And I think that's pretty much as low as I want to go. So that is the completed card base there, and then I go ahead and cut out the city scene with some black cardstock. And for this project, I did not use the coordinating die, which is that shadow die. I just left it out of this project. So I'm using some liquid adhesive and just applying it to most of the back of that cityscape there. And then I go ahead and center it in the bottom portion of my card. And then here are the double stitched frames that I used. The largest, I went ahead and cut an exact piece that measures the Slimline card, which is 3.5 by 8.5, and then I went ahead and got the largest die, centered that in the cardstock, and then that's how I created the outer frame. And then I go ahead and apply that frame to an acetate sheet. So to create the black frame, I got all three nesting frames, the largest and then the next two sizes down, and I nested those all three together, and then I cut it out of black cardstock to get the next size frame. So that completes the front portion of the window. And then here you can see I have the U-Rock sentiment die there. I cut it out of yellow cardstock, and then I'm going to place it on the left side of my card. So the image I used is from CC Designs, Roberto Rascal's Superhero Henry. He's a retired image, so I went ahead and colored him with Copic markers. In order to place that sentiment on my acetate window card there, I go ahead and apply some Glad Press and Seal Saran Wrap on top of the sentiment so that it can easily stick to the letters, and then I can place the sentiment on my project. So it's gonna go on the left side, and then my image, I go ahead and place that on top of the window as well, applying it with some liquid glue, and then I go ahead and place that on the right side. So after that, I go ahead and get some foam adhesive tape, and I believe this measures about a 1/2 inch width, so I go ahead and place that on the perimeter of that frame, closing it in, making that shaker window there. And then I go ahead and place the shaker bits, which is the Old Glory sprinkles, which is part of the new release, and I go ahead and use those. I don't use any other sprinkles, I just keep it by itself. So then next, to make that image more stable, I go ahead and apply more foam adhesive to the back of that image, because you won't see it when you seal off the card. So that completes my card using the new release, the double stitch slimline dies, and the Cityscape slimline dies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I'll see you soon. Bye.